It's OhioJimbo back with another lesson, and this is really simple. I'm going to take this back to the 1950s, kind of the root of all rock and roll started in the 50s. There was some earlier songs that might have had a little bit to play in it, but for the most part, you had so many things going on. But I want to show you a way that you can play a ton of songs in the same style of chord progression, but make them sound different. I got so many tricks in this video, but I'm going to kind of stick with one song. There's tons of songs to do from that era, but we're going to stick with Hard-Headed Woman because that was an excellent song and you're going to love it. It's very simple to play. And we're going to start it in E, but I'm going to show you a couple of little tricks. We'll go through the whole song at the end of this video so we can jam together. But for the most part, I want you to see these tricks. So cool what you can do with these three chords. First of all, we're going to talk about E, A, and B. And I've been corrected many times, but I will tell you, I'm guessing at the names of these chords because I never had lessons. I just know what other people say they are. And that's all you need to know is where the fingers go. If you look and you'll see where the chords are, and it'll show you where your fingers go, like that is an E. Then we'll go to an A. Then we'll go to a B minor, B7, B minor, whatever that is. But those are the three chords we're going to do. Now, the reason I'm telling you that is because there's some variations to these chords. And the E can actually drop to an E7. See, the sound is different. E, take one finger off, E7. Same thing with the A. So we go A, A7, right there. That's an A minor, I believe. Let's just say its index finger comes off that A chord and you only got two strings, two fingers, so it can't get any easier than that. And then we're going to go to that B. And that's just kind of an easy one to stay with. Once you get that going, that B7th, you're just going to kind of strum through that. So we're going to have an E, E7, A. Hear that kind of roll? It's going to be that easy. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how that E, A, and B can become a whole different key. Because let's say you're going in this, you go, well, hard-headed woman, soft-hearted man, been the cause of trouble ever since the world began, yeah. Now, let's say that's a little low. So you kind of think to yourself, what do I have to do to make this come up to my voice? Or if you just want to have it so someone else is singing it and they want to have that strength of the power of a better vocal range so they can really belt it out. So let's look at it this way. If you go E, now we're going to talk about two different ways to do this. First, I'm going to show you the capo. A lot of people say, I don't know if I want to do capo, I don't know equipment. Anybody who's used a capo, some people call it cheater. You know what? We're not in this as a competition. We're in this to have fun. No such thing as cheating when you're playing on guitar. You're just having a good time. So, if that were true, you wouldn't use tuners, would you? So anyway, I'm going to show you how to take this E, and let's say we want to go up. Look on the fret, open, that's an E. That's an E string. The first string is an E. Okay, so if you go to the next one up, F, and then you go up here, it's G. It's E, F, G. All the way back to A, B, C, D, E, F, G, so on and so forth. There's only 7 chords. That's it. That's it. That's all we need to know. So if we're doing an E, and we want to say, if for instance, if we did want to go up to a G, then all we'd have to do is look where this bar is, the nut here on the guitar. That's the beginning of it. So if we moved up to here and we did another E, and I'm doing it with my other fingers now, that's an F, and I come up one set of frets, which is 2 frets, and that's G. So if that's a G, and I don't want to do bar chords with all the notes and everything, amazing little contraption is the capo. A capo is your friend. There's nothing wrong with using it. Use it at will. So instead of running my finger up here making a bar chord, I take the capo and I put it on here. Now here's the secret to a capo. I kind of got it right lucky there, but if you're too deep in the fret, sometimes it'll fret out and you'll hear the buzz to it. So you want to make sure you've got it right into the fret, against the bar, a little bit back, so you have enough room for your fingers to move here. So that capo is very important. So if we go there, I've got a capo here. I still do an E chord, the exact same E chord. That E chord, now because of the capo, becomes a G. So it's higher. So if you listen to the difference, if you listen to the full difference of this, if we got an E down here, and then we want to come up to this bar chord, or the capo, and the capo I'm going to do an E here too, then it is just a G. So that E, that G right there, if you listen to it, there's a regular G. So I'm just showing you that little trick there. You get the capo on there, make sure the capo's got room and it's not fretting out, and you do an E right here on that, and that E is a G. So it makes it easier to sing through it or to play through it. Now, here's the big trick. Call it a hack, call it what you want. So if we're back down in E and we were doing E, hard-headed woman, and then the next note was an A, this is how I do it. So I say E, F, G, A. Okay, so now I know I've gone E, F, G to A. That's where my next note is, A. So I've only gone 3 chords. So I go E, F, G, A, right? Okay. So if I'm doing it in a G, I would do the same thing, but I would say G, A, B, C. So now I know the next chord would be a C. Now that only applies if we're not using the capo. So I'm going to take the capo off, but I just wanted to show you that if you use the capo, you can go through all the chords, the exact same shapes, and you're going to have that. I got a hard-headed woman, a soft-hearted man, it's been the cause of trouble ever since the world began. Oh yeah, ever since the world began. Hard-headed woman, a thorn inside a man. Okay, that's with the capo. So, showing that, I'm moving off the capo now. We're going to go back to regular chords. So, that's one way of changing it. Again, some people call it a cheat. I don't call it a cheat. I just say having fun. So, have fun with your capo. It's okay to do that. So, if we're in E and we want to go to a G, E, F, G is only 2 up there, so I'm going to start in G. So instead of starting in E, I'm going to be in G now. This is without the capo, has nothing to do with the capo. This is just transposing the keys itself, the chords. But I want to show you this for a very important reason. I got a hard-headed woman, a soft-hearted man, been the cause of trouble ever since the world began. Oh yeah, ever since the world began. Yeah, hard-headed woman, been a thorn in the side of man. Okay, so I've gone from G. The first series was E, A, B. So G, let's skip 3 chords. G, A, B, C will be the second chord, okay? So we go from G to C, back to G, and then after C, if you go back to the original E, A, and B, and we want to go up 2 more notes, so we go, the last note is a B, E, A, and B. So then we go B, C, D. All right, so now we go to a D. This is where it really is complex. Now, I remember it this way. When you're looking at all the chords, A through G, there's 2 places in there that do kind of change the transposing. And I remember it this way. If you're old enough to know this name, you're right in my realm. E.F. Hutton and B.C. Rich. B.C. Rich was an incredible guitar manufacturer, very cool guitars. E.F. Hutton was a financial advisor. So E and F and B and C go together. That's how I remember it. E.F. Hutton, B.C. Rich. So if you're doing the chords A, B, C, D, E, F, G, that's where those 2 little groupings kind of change a little bit in the transposing. So as simple as it goes, G, C, and D, back to G. You'll have to listen. I'm hearing it. I don't see this in sheet form and music sheets and characteristics. I just see it in shapes and I listen to it. And when you listen, you'll hear some of the differences in those chords that will work. So if we were starting this song in E, which is an easy one to do, We're going to jam along with it, but I wanted you to know about two things. Number one, the capo, and number two, the chord change. And told he disappeared to me. Don't let me catch you messing around that evil apple tree. Oh yeah, ever since the world began, I've had a hard-headed woman and a thorn in the side of man. So that one fits G, C, and D. And if you notice, and I'll show you on the chords, the G actually walks down into a G7 to get you to the C. And then the C comes up to a C. There you go, you hear that? And then it goes back to G. And then in D, instead of doing a full D, it actually is a D7 and back to G. It gives it just that bluesy feel, which explains why if you went from E, A, and B, maybe it's too low, to a G, C, D, you can do a little bit of fun things with the chords. But when we're in E, we do the same thing, but it's really just taking a finger off. So if we're doing an E, then to drop it down, that we just lift that one finger. See the notes on there? We go from E to dropping it off, and then we do an A, take off that middle one. So that's your index finger. See, there's the A. And then we come back to the E. And then the B. And back to the E. So that is a real simple progression. I wanted you to see the difference between the G, C, and D and the E, A, and B. So either way you want to do it, we can kind of tune to this one and we can go through the E. And if anybody wants to see it in another version, I'll bring it back in another version, but I just wanted to show this whole song to you. So this is fun too. I'm sorry, I got to keep interrupting this. As we get ready to jam, get all these chords ready. Boop, 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 boop. There they are. Have them all ready because those three are what we're going to use. But you're also going to see some of these drop. You're going to see them played a little differently. But the big thing is you'll notice I'm going to be doing some hammer-ons. And that's really part of this too. Listen to it, hear it, and you'll understand what you're doing but all you gotta do is you can play through it straight first. So you can go all down straight. A hard-headed woman, soft-hearted man, I've been the cause of trouble ever since the world began. Oh yeah, I'm just going down. Ever since the world began. Said a hard-headed woman and a thorn inside a man. Now add some upstrokes. I hadn't told he disappeared to me. Don't let me catch you messing around that evil apple tree. Oh yeah, ever since the world began. I said a hard-headed woman and a thorn inside a man. Now we add a little bit of trill to it because we're going to walk this note up. Samson told Delilah this loud and clear. Keep the common picker fingers off my curly hair. Oh yeah, ever since the world began. I said a hard-headed woman and a thorn inside a man. I heard about a king who was doing swell until he started messing with that evil Jezebel. Oh yeah, ever since the world began. Said a hard-headed woman and a thorn inside a man. See, you just have fun with it, trilling on off. Said I got a woman head like a rock. If she ever went nowhere, I'd cry around the block. Oh yeah, ever since the world began. I said a hard-headed woman and a thorn inside a man. I said a hard-headed woman and a thorn inside a man. Then you bring it home. I said a hard-headed woman, she been a thorn in the side of a man. Now you're like, what the heck, Jimbo, what was that? I'm going to show you that. It's really just a turnaround, but that's a cool way to end those bluesy songs. So you've got that all the way through in E, A, and B. Now if you wanted to try it and you wanted to bring it up into G, C, and D, it's got a little different flair to it. So starting in here anywhere. So we'll just kind of take one of these verses. I heard about a king of doing swell. He started messing with that evil Jezebel. Oh yeah, ever since the world began. I said a hard-headed woman been a thorn in the side of man. I said I got a woman head like a rock. If she ever went to wear a tie around the block, oh yeah, ever since the world began. I said a hard-headed woman been a thorn in the side of man. I said a hard-headed woman been a thorn in the side of man. Let's bring it home, all right? Let's try it. I said a hard-headed woman, she been a thorn in the side of man. It works in both 3-chord progressions. It's a simple way to transpose. Just remember that A through G is all you got to do, and the numbers move pretty simply. So I hope that gives you a new path. And that's kind of the 50s songs. You could do Rock Around the Clock. You could do Bebop-a-lula. Bebop-a-lula, same thing. Well, Bebop-a-lula, she's my baby. Bebop-a-lula, I don't mean maybe. They're all in that same thing, E, A, and B. Fun, fun, fun songs. I hope you get a chance to kind of dig into this. Do the E, A, and B. Try a G, C, and D. And then if you really want to have fun with it, grab a capo. Give it a try. Move that capo up and keep the chords in the exact same shape. If you're doing an E, when you come up for the capo, stay. Those shapes all remain the same. So it's really a cool way to do it. I hope that gives you a little bit of inspiration to go out and play some of those 50 songs, and it gives you a little rockabilly mode so you can kind of move forward to a whole new realm of playing. Everybody loves it. And when you start getting into it, my goodness, you're going to find some riffs. You're going to find riffs out on chords you didn't even know were there. That's a cool one. And by the way, here it is, a little trick, a little bonus. That's a turnaround from C. It lets you get from that C back to G, and it sounds kind of rockabilly. But anyway, so many things that we're just going to learn together, and I hope you're enjoying these lessons as much as I'm enjoying giving them to you. This is a great thing to do, is sit around and strum on your guitar, and let's have some fun. Gather some people around. Maybe someone else will grab a guitar. If you would, please share this video with a friend that you want to play guitar with, and let them know that this is how easy it is. We're going to take people that have never played before and show them how to play. And I'm excited about it. As my channel grows, I'm going to keep bringing more and more songs to you. So hit the like button, give me some comments, please subscribe, and if you want to, click that bell and you'll know when I upload a new video. Trying to do one a week. Now last week I did a couple because that was a series that I had to finish out for some of the songs to make sense. But if you want to hear some more songs, you let me know what they are in the comments below. Tell me how you feel about things. And remember, we're just here to have fun. I've got no music theory. I'm not a great singer. I'm an okay guitarist, but that's about all. I'm just showing you how I play it, and you take it from there and learn your way. So this is OhioJimbo, and if I don't see you out there, I'll see you in here.